Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. എന്തൊക്കെയുണ്ട് വിശേഷം എല്ലാവരും നല്ല സൂപ്പർ ഡ്യൂപ്പർ ആയിട്ടിരിക്കുന്നു വിശ്വസിക്കുന്നു. ഇന്ന് നമ്മൾ we are going to talk about real estate as you saw in the thumbnail. And I'm going to do this video in English so that I feel like it might help a lot of non-Malayali audience as well. My name is Ankitha Sreedhar if you're new here, and I am the director and co-founder of Amber Real Estate. Amber Real Estate started almost 2 years back. We are completing 2-year anniversary in 2 months, and I'm shooting this video in June 2026. When you think about real estate agent, I know what comes to your mind. It will be that fancy cars and a fancy suit and then nice polished shoes, all those things, right? But the reality, it takes a long time to be able to afford that lifestyle. It doesn't come straight away. What I noticed in this industry is that the number of people who tries this industry but leaves in 1 day, 1 week, 1 month are more than the people who stay in the industry. That is because, not because you can't do the job, it's because you are not prepared for it. You have not done your research thoroughly. Because before joining that industry, you need to do a thorough research so that you know what you can expect when you come to the industry. So the lack of research is something that I see in most of the people who join and they leave. So when I started into real estate 4 years back, I have done a thorough research. I was working as a HR advisor with one of the universities here, and I got bored, and I have been like a little, I was interested in real estate actually, and I slowly started researching. I think I have done my research for at least like 6 months. I've spoken to so many people who were in a different industry and then switched to real estate, and so that I can relate to them. So I've done my thorough research, so because of that there wasn't any surprises for me when I joined the industry, and I was mentally prepared for all the hard work. So let's talk about the two different positions that you can start if you want to join the industry, if you want to start in this industry. Yeah, the two different positions are, one is property management and the other thing is sales. Sales means the real estate agent. Real estate agent's job, we all know, we sell houses, but it's not as simple as that. Let's keep it aside. Let's start with property management. What is a property management, or what does a property manager do? So we manage the rental properties, because when it comes to sales, you sell the house and that is done. So that house is gone, taken by another buyer. So we move on to the next house. When it comes to property manager, you have to manage this property until and unless this property is being removed from this agency. The property is sold off from the agency. Most of the agencies, they can have somewhere from 10 properties to 3,000, 4,000 properties as well. Like big agencies would have that many property, that they have a huge portfolio. So consider you joined an agency as a property manager which has got like 300 properties, and then you have been allocated 150 properties, and there is another property manager who manages the other 150 property. So yeah, every property manager handles a portfolio of somewhere starting from like 50 to 100 or 200, depending upon their experience. So as a property manager, basically what you do is that when I say manage the property, let me explain you. So you are managing the tenant and you're managing the property as well. When I say managing the tenant, you're making sure that tenant's living situation is safe in that property. You're also making sure that the property is maintained by the tenant and property is being taken care of. Yeah. So your job responsibilities include starting from negotiating with the landlord. Landlord means the owner of the property. So negotiating with the landlord and reach on a particular term, and then onboarding the landlord. First thing is you onboard the landlord, then you onboard the property, then you have to advertise the property and onboard a new tenant in there. So there is some compliance checks as well that you will have to do. So it's just a few checks like electricity check, gas check, smoke check, and a few other standard checks which they will do, and then you have to make sure that the property is compliant to put in a tenant there. Yeah, then you'll do the open inspections, and there will be few tenants who will be coming and inspecting the property, and from there they'll apply online, and then you will select one good profile, you do the checks and ID checks and reference check and all those things, and you onboard a tenant. And then it doesn't end there. If the tenant signed a 1-year lease or a 6-month lease, throughout this 1 year or 6 months, you are managing the property. You are the contact point for that tenant for anything to do with that property, right? So the tenant need a extra light to be fitted, the tenant would call you. The tenant need a security door to be installed outside, the tenant would call you, and you have to call the landlord. And then if the landlord is all right with it, then you will have to have a handyman or a tradie or someone to come and install it, and all this coordination. There can be simple, small request, and there can be much higher escalations as well. There can be at 12 o'clock in the night, there can be a pipe broken, and then the property can be flooding, and then you will be the contact person, and then you will have to arrange someone at 12 o'clock at night. This can also happen. Some tenants can completely spoil the property because that's not what expected from the tenant, but we don't know. Situations change, their lives changes, and then something bad can happen to the property, and you are the one who will have to manage or clear the mess. Sometimes you will have to go to that legal aspects as well, because if the tenants are not cooperating, then we will have to seek legal advice, or we'll have to go into the next level as well. So I'm not saying that this happens with every property. Some properties run smoothly. Once you onboard a tenant, then they will live there happily for 1-2 years. You wouldn't have much struggles with that. But there might be some properties here and there where you will have some hiccups. Property manager who manages like big portfolio of like maybe 100, 150 or 200. You're talking to 200 different landlords, 200 different tenants. And then there are so many tradies and other people involved in the middle who will have some work done and things like that. So it's a full-on job. It's a full-on job. It needs constant communication. Your phone will be ringing throughout. The good thing about property management job when we compare with the real estate sales is that it's a little more stable or financially stable than a real estate agent's job. It pays you salary, so you will have your salary credited in your account bi-weekly or monthly, whereas when it comes to sales, we all work on commission basis. Sales, like any sales job, there is no cap in what you can make. But again, if you don't put that effort, it will be the least paying job as well. So coming to real estate sales, you are working on a commission. In most places, you won't be having a salary. At least in our area where we work in Melbourne, we don't have a salary. You work completely on commission basis. And again, for example, if you sell a house and you got so much commission, the commission completely is not coming to you. Like 40 or 50 or 60% of that commission is going to the company. It's the rest 40 or 50 or 60% that is coming to you. More than everything, let's forget about the commission part and everything. Once you get experienced in that industry, it will come. Don't worry about it. The thing is that the actual work that you need to put in to be in this industry, to do good in this industry is the kind of work I think most people won't prefer, right? So you joined as a real estate agent in a new agency. Why would someone give you a property to sell? Right? This is one misunderstanding most people have. People think that the agency would give you the property and say that you go sell. No, selling is the easiest thing that you can do. Trust me, selling is the easiest thing you can do. If you have 10 houses to sell, I think 7 of them will be easy. There will be 3 that might have little hiccups here and there, but that's okay. But it's not the selling that's the hard part. Getting that listing is the hard part. Just like you, there will be 10, 20 other agents who will be looking at that listing or who will be talking to that particular owner of the property. And why would the owners choose you? That is the question. And the industry is highly competitive. You as a starter in the industry would be competing with someone with 35 years experience, someone with 30 years experience, right? All right. So basically, for that owner to give you the property, let's go back there. Yeah. For the owner to give you the property, the owner should know you, right? So the thing is that the moment you join a real estate agency, what they do is that they will give you a particular area or particular suburb. They'll tell you like, go talk to people, just get familiarized in the area, right? And how do you do that? How do you do that is the question. So basically, you have to be popular in that area for the owners in that area to call you to sell their property, right? Remember, they are trusting you with this their lifetime savings or lifetime investment. There are a lot of AI, digital marketing, lot of things that are available where you can run ads and that and this and all those things. But more than everything, I personally feel the old traditional way of door knocking is something that would really help you, or the mix of both. Yeah, because that personal touch, when you go to someone's doorstep and then talk about real estate and they know that, okay, you know something about real estate, they can't forget you, right? We see thousands of people online, so when you scroll the phone and when I see you, I might scroll and I might forget, but when I see you at my doorstep, I can't forget you, right? And if I have a good conversation with you, I won't forget you. The 2 main important things everyone as a starter who does when they come to the industry is they door knock, or they cold call. This is the two jobs that everyone has to do it. There's no other way. You have to do it. When I started the industry, I used to at least 4 5 days, 4 days a week, at least 4 days a week, I used to door knock. I used to door knock for 1 hour, 1.5 hour, 2 3 streets I used to door knock. Some people can be more comfortable cold calling, some people can be more comfortable door knocking. For me, I'm okay in cold calling, but not that great. But I would prefer door knocking more than cold calling. But it depends upon people to people. But when you join as a real estate agent, when you're new in the industry, you don't have much to do. You don't have houses to sell as of now, so you need to build a big database. How do you build a database? You do the door knocking, you do the cold calling, you talk to random people, you go to coffee shops in that particular suburb where you are being asked to work, and then you talk to the coffee shop people. You familiarize with everyone in that area. It need not have to be just door knocking. You can just randomly go and talk to the shop owners. You can randomly go talk to the people who are walking in the street as well. But it's just that putting yourself out there. So one thing that I always say about real estate is never a comfort job. Like any job, I know when you start, it is very uncomfortable, new team and that and this. But then you get used to that team and then you are okay to work there, right? But when it comes to real estate, it's not like you're not working in a team, right? It's like you are like independent contractor. You bring the business, you sell the house, and then you get the commission. Okay, half goes to the company, but still you get the commission. So if you want to make money, you bring the business. That's the thing. So you're basically like an independent contractor here. And yes, if you are not a people person, it can be the very uncomfortable job, because every single day, even if you're a property manager or even if you are a real estate agent, you're talking to too many people. First of all, you're talking to all new people, and also you're talking to the most professional and the most unprofessional person as well. Not everyone is educated who has the house, right? Everyone have a house. Not everyone, we can't expect everyone to be talking the way that we want them to talk, right? So there can be different types, different variety of characters that you will have to deal with in this industry. It's very important that you have good interpersonal skills. You should be a people person in here. It's very important that you have to maintain your cool. Like whatever people say. See, I'm not scaring anyone here, but this is the reality and you should know the reality. Then there won't be much surprises in the industry. I don't want anyone to leave their job and waste your time and come and try the industry and then leave, You should know this, and if you still think that you can do this, definitely come and try. Then the job is for you. You will do really good in this industry. As I told you, this is one place where you can make a lot of money, right? But to get to that position, it takes time. And when I say it takes time, it's not 1 year. People who come and tell me I would like to try for 1 year. No, 1 year doesn't work. 2 year doesn't work. It needs lots of years of practice, and lots of years of people seeing your face over and over again. That's when it works. People should see your face again. Oh, okay, I saw this girl. Oh, yeah, I saw this girl last year. Again and again and again, they have to see this face, and then they know, okay, when they have to sell or when their friend has to sell, your face comes to their mind. Yeah, I think I have explained it as simple as possible. So, and I don't want to complicate things. So this is how it works. That's property management, and this is sales, and this is the two positions where you can start. And again, once again, I'm telling you, this is the basics that we should know before coming to the industry. The rest you can build by yourself. Rest everything, you just need to put the consistent hard work for years, and then trust me, you will reach to a position where you won't even realize. So that's it, guys. If you have any questions, comment below, or I'm even happy to do another video based on your comments. I'm happy to even do another video. Thank you so much for watching. See ya.